Welcome to the Wild Type Podcast. I'm Neptune and Chameleon.
I'm Lyssa Lizards.
And we're your reptile girlies.
I feel like when I said my name that time, it was like, and Lyssa Lizards.
It does kind of, there's a lot of S's in there.
Lizards.
What all goes together?
Oh, gosh.
I'm realizing at this very moment that I'm going to be too hot in this little flannel that I'm wearing.
Oh, you are. Yes. It's going to be warm up
So
here.
if I get a little sweaty.
Everybody, don't say anything. It's rude.
But if there's a big pimple, then you can comment on that.
Yeah, that's allowed.
What happened to your forehead?
Oh, throwback.
Well, we are celebrating the month of January as your birthday month.
Yay!
Do you
My
do birthday
favorite
months?
month. Huh?
Do you like birthday? I mean, because your birthday's so early in the month.
So my birthday is very early in the month. It's literally like 3 days after New Year's. So like I am the type that by the time New Year's hits, I'm exhausted. Okay. I love the holidays. I love them. They're a lot. They're a lot, especially with all my family in like one vicinity, but like an hour away from each other. Like it's just, I grew up very much like driving for like 3+ hours and in the car all the time. It's a little bit better now, which is I'm grateful for. But like the holidays are just so exhausting because we have a lot of birthdays. We have Logan's birthday. We have my birthday. We have my grandpa's birthday. We have Christmas Eve. We have Christmas Day. We have it's just a lot. So by the time my birthday hits, and it is important for me to celebrate myself and have a little party, which we're going to talk about, which is very fun. Mm-hmm. But by the time my planned birthday event or party or activity or whatever I choose to do that year, by the time that is over, I enter hibernation. So no, I don't do birthday months because I do a birthday week. After that week, you're not going to see me until the spring hits in March. Like I don't.
When the little groundhog comes up.
No, literally, like that's how I've always operated. And I've always operated very like my whole life, pretty much January and February have always kind of been my like personal chill months. So no, I'm not a birthday month girl. I'm a birthday week girl. And then you don't talk to me for at least 6 weeks after.
There you go. Well,
I
feel like this was like a very good sweet spot for your birthday.
It was so perfect.
Because it was a good, like, it was celebrated. Like, things happened, right? Because some people, like, go super low-key where they don't do anything for their birthday. Yeah. So I feel like that was really special.
No, it was perfect.
But it wasn't, like, too exhausting
much.
or too much planning or too much effort or anything like that that would make you, like...
No, and I think any of my Capricorn girlies who, you know, are born in the months of, like, late December, early January, like, that time frame for me growing up was not fun for my birthday because I was all my friends were always on, like, Christmas break or traveling with their family or whatever. So I never really got to do anything. So it's always been important to me to just plan some kind of like activity. I just want all my favorite people in one room, right? Like that's really all that matters to me. So this year I was struggling because I couldn't come up with anything and I was like, ugh. And I have a lot of like work stuff going on and craziness. So I was like, I don't have the time or energy to think of anything. I was venting to you. And
as one does.
As I do all the time. She's basically just my own personal vent machine at this point.
It goes both ways.
It definitely goes both ways. But because of that, you came up with a fabulous idea for my birthday this year. So we basically went to like a paint your own pottery place. Mm-hmm. And I had invited, I think like 10 girlies. I think in total, including myself, we ended up about 10 of us, which was great.
Good turnout.
It was a great turnout. Lots of my girls got together. We threw it together fairly last minute. It was
like a week's notice.
It was pretty short, but it worked out well. And so we all went and painted mugs because I have been dreaming of having like a spring equinox, like garden tea party. That is something I've been wanting to do for probably like 2 years now, but just have, you know, had circumstances come up where I can't. So my plan is that when everybody's mugs are ready, I'm going to go pick them up. Mm-hmm. And then we are going to go and I'll have them all set up when I do my like spring garden tea party this year. So I'm very excited.
Because my original idea was to do like a tea party. Mm-hmm. And you're like, well, I don't really want to have people over. Fair. And you're like, and I kind of want to do a tea party in spring. Also fair. So I was like, so what if we did like decorating mugs?
Yes.
So then use for that.
And I was really big in high school in like ceramics and pottery and paint, just art in general. That was like a really big part of my like high school life, and sculpting with clay. And this just reminded me how much I love it.
I know. I did that in college, right? Like my art program in high school was like
I did college too.
so minimum, so I didn't get to experience a lot of that until college. And so I was like throwing on the wheel and all this. And like we've talked about like maybe doing.
Oh yeah, we need to.
But I did not have longer nails.
Yeah, that's the problem.
So I'll have to throw with my knuckles.
Yeah.
So whatever. But I think that'd be so much fun. And I'm definitely artistic.
Oh yeah.
And so maybe when our mugs come, then we can like show them on the pod.
We can show them on the pod for sure.
Yeah.
That would be so much fun. I did an octopus mug, and I did that specifically because I have a squid mug that doesn't fit my tea strainers in the top of it.
Oh, so you need something bigger.
And so this octopus mug is going to fit my tea strainer in it so that I can have tea in it. So I'm going to get rid of the old one, and this one's going to replace it.
Perfect.
It's so cute. I'm so excited. He has got like a tentacle for a handle. He's adorable. So I'm very excited. What was yours?
Mine was very spring focused.
Very.
So I just painted it white. I knew you could fire it and it would just be like the best color, but I wanted like white. So painted white, light blue in the middle, and then just like a bunch of tiny little spring flowers.
They're so
and a bunch
cute.
of different colors. So I'm excited to see how the glaze turns out because it never looks the same when you're painting it versus when it's fired.
Yeah.
So
we'll have to show you guys like the before and after of what it looked like when we painted it versus after it goes in the kiln to like get fired. So I'm very excited. It just really, we had such a great time. All the girlies were just kind of like sitting around chit-chatting, painting, being creative. Because I am creative, I have a mix of friends that are very creative, but then not very creative. I've got like a little bit of both. And so it's fun because my friends who aren't as creative, they always appreciate, because last year we did the vision boards.
Yep.
This year we did painting pottery. And so it's now just become like a thing where my non-creative friends are like,
crafts for your birthday.
Yeah, everybody's like, I'll be crafty one time a year and it's for Alyssa's birthday. I'm like, great.
No, it's fabulous.
Yeah. But now I want to go back and paint more mugs.
I will happily do that.
Now I want to do that.
I will even sit in silence with you.
No, we don't
just hyper focus.
No, we don't even have. There was at least a few times in that group where we were dead silent and everybody was just focused.
Well, I don't know if you noticed, you sat on this end of the table and I strategically, there's a hair, placed myself on this end of the table.
I didn't notice that. Why was that strategic?
Because I see you all the time. I felt this way on your bachelorette and at your wedding.
You're like, your poor other friends like need quality time with you.
Everything that you said, I already knew and had heard probably at least twice already. So I was like, I'm gonna just sit over here, and I'm just like, and I'm like chatting with your friends and stuff. But I'm just over here, and
that's very kind and considerate to you.
And everyone's like, wow. And I was like, yeah.
Heard that 3 weeks ago.
Just because I see you so often, that'd be very surprising for you to say something that I like.
Yes.
Because everyone's catching up, right? Like, what's new with you? What's going on? All this. So I always, whenever we are like hanging out with all of your friends, I try to like make sure everyone feels like they get some quality time with you.
Very, very considerate and kind and very sweet.
Because if I just sat next to you or near you, I'd be like, okay.
Whatever.
I will say though, at Logan's birthday dinner, I absolutely sat next to you.
Well, yeah, because it was his friends.
Yeah. I'm gonna plop right here.
I'm gonna sit by my girl.
Yeah. No, okay. And then I made a dessert.
She made a dessert, and you have been trying to make my dessert for like, I would say like 2 years now, because I have a couple of other friends who like to bake or pick out, have their cake or whatever. So I specifically gave you all the rights to my dessert this year.
This year is my year.
This is your year.
Because I will have offered, and you're like, so sorry.
So-and-so beat you to it. I'm so sorry. I always feel terrible, but
I'm like, okay.
This year I was like, you get dibs, especially because you picked the plan.
Yeah, well, it just worked out that way.
All kinds of other things, but it was one of my favorites. So I love a buttermilk pie. It is a very like light dessert, and it's really, really good with whipped cream. I have always loved buttermilk pie, but I've only ever had it store-bought. So yours was the first one that I've ever had homemade.
It was also the first time I've ever made a buttermilk pie. Do you know what a chess pie is?
Similar.
It's very similar.
It's very similar.
So I looked up a picture of buttermilk pie. I was like, oh, this looks like a chess pie.
Yes.
So I think the major difference between a chess pie and a buttermilk pie, and there's someone listening to this has no idea what either of those things are. But buttermilk pie obviously has buttermilk in it, but also lemon and vanilla. Whereas like chess pie doesn't have like the citrusy.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Buttermilk like acidic notes in it. So.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So I've had a chai chess pie before, which very much tastes like gingerbread.
Yeah, I can see that.
It was so good, and I've never had it since. I had it like one time.
Okay, so compared to store bought, did mine was it like similar?
Very similar. I think yours was a little bit more lemony than others, but you mentioned that you like put the lemon zest in there, so that made perfect sense. Which I honestly kind of liked that because it was very refreshing.
Yeah.
So it was slightly different in that regard, but. That was the only thing I noticed that was different. Everything else
the recipe called for lemon juice.
Yeah.
And it was like you can either use freshly squeezed or like, you can buy lemon juice. Yeah. And I was like, well, I'm going to do fresh lemon juice.
Always.
It's really not a big deal.
That's easy.
It's like a tablespoon. Yeah. I was like, okay. And then I was like, what if I just did a little sprinkle zest in there? But yeah, it's like a lot of eggs. It's like 3 eggs, only a little bit of flour, a lot of sugar, the lemon, vanilla, buttermilk, and that's it. And it's just like a pie crust.
It's very like creamy.
Yeah.
Very creamy. And we talked about this on the day of, but the texture of it is very, very similar to like pecan pie filling. Very similar. Yeah. So it's my favorite, and it was fabulous. And you made delicious homemade whipped cream to go with it, and it was so good.
Yeah, and I put a dash of nutmeg in the whipped cream, which I'd never done before either. But as I was tasting the pie filling, and I was thinking like the flavor profile, I was like, I feel like nutmeg would go really well with this. Just a little bit.
Just a little dash. Yeah. It was so good. I had another helping last night at about 11:30. It was so good.
I'm glad. I always love doing like a birthday.
No, I know.
And I will happily make a cake, like no problem. But like some people don't want a cake or aren't big cake people. So I'm like, truly, whatever dessert you want.
Well, and because that's usually how I am. I'm not a big cake person. Pretty much the only cake that I really, 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 really love and will go for is either a chantilly cake or a like artificial strawberry cake. So you were going to make artificial, like some strawberry cake cupcakes, but I'm really glad we went with the buttermilk pie.
Happy to oblige.
It was so fun.
Yeah.
I love my dessert friend.
Yeah. No, I love an excuse to bake something.
Totally.
Because I'm like, I can't eat all of this, but if I can bring it to something, I can eat some of it, and then everyone else gets to enjoy it too. So,
well, if you want another slice, there's, I think, a little bit more downstairs. So
I might take you up on that, especially with the whipped cream. It was really good.
It was so, Logan last night when we got our second, he was like, did she leave the whipped cream? I was like, she did. We're good.
Of course. It's a package deal.
Of course.
No, that's good. Okay, so this is fun because if you guys have been following along, we've been doing Reptiles of the Rainbow.
Yes.
We've done all of the rainbow, but there are other colors, such as black and white.
Yes.
And there are a lot of black reptiles, and there are a lot of white reptiles.
Quite a bit.
So we're going to be tackling black reptiles with one stipulation. They have to be all black.
Solid black.
Solid black.
We're not talking cookies and cream up in here.
No.
We are talking solid.
Or a white underbelly.
Yeah, no,
these are black.
Solid black.
Yep.
I'm so excited.
Do you want to start?
Yes. And can I say my very favorite one first?
Yeah.
Oh, do you think you know what it is?
I have a lot on here that could be contenders.
Okay. Well, I only have 5. And my very, very, very favorite is the melanistic blue-tongued skink.
Oh, I did have that on there. I just learned about them, though.
Oh, I've been obsessed with them for years because you can't get them in the States. It's like...
Oh, is that why?
Yes. It's very, very... They are... I think there might be like a few in the States, but it's like... they are mostly bred in Australia because northern blue-tongued skinks are from Australia. And to my knowledge, I think they're all northerns. I think. Somebody tell me if I'm wrong because I could very well be wrong.
Yeah, I just wrote melanistic blue-tongued skink. I didn't say.
So because they're mostly bred in Australia, they haven't made it over here because, there was a time, I think in like the 80s or whatever, there was a time where imports were coming in from Australia, which is why we now have northern blue-tongued skinks in the United States, but they've since like closed all of those exports. So now, and I think the melanistic ones have only been bred since that like import stuff happened.
It is all black.
Guys.
All black.
Solid black.
blue tongue skink.
So like they like glimmer because they're all black. They're so shiny.
They look like little armor. Yeah. You know, because they're scale, like they have those distinguished like scale pattern. Yes. And for it to be all black kind of looks like, I don't know. It's stunning. It just
looks so slick. And then they do their little tongue thing, and their bright blue tongue pops out against that stark black color.
So good.
It is. I'm not. That's probably up there with a monkey-tailed skink for me. Is if I could ever get my hands on a melanistic blue tongue skink as a pet, I would literally be the happiest camper.
Okay, I had another melanistic one. Let's see. Okay, so I was looking up the differences between a black dragon and a black tree monitor.
Oh yeah, those are different.
Yes. So I was like trying to figure out, and it's hard just off of like tiny Google pictures. I was like, wait, what? So I just quickly like put in like what the differences are. So the black dragon is a hyper melanistic all black version of the common Asian water monitor.
I was going to say Asian water monitor, yeah.
Yes. And then you have the black tree monitor, which is its own separate species.
Which is a tree monitor. Like the Asian water monitor is technically the species of the black dragon.
Yes, which is semi-aquatic, found near water in Southeast Asia versus the tree monitor is arboreal from Indonesia.
Oh, I didn't know the difference in locations.
Yes.
Cool.
And then the water dragon can grow very large, several feet, whereas a tree monitor is typically smaller.
Smaller, yeah. That makes sense. That tracks.
So, but those are both like very, 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 very black. Yes.
And the black dragons are so cool.
Truly
so cool. That they literally, it might as well, like, I think that they very much look like an all black Komodo dragon almost.
Yes.
I mean, it is, I know it's not a Komodo dragon and there are a lot of differences there, but it just looks like it. So
yeah. And tree monitors are stunning.
Gorgeous.
But they do not have the same oomph.
No. They're also wildly expensive.
Yeah.
So there's also that. But they're so freaking cool.
Yes.
I am obsessed with them. And I know several people who have them, and they are, I just love those. Okay, so this is another favorite of mine. We've talked about this. I don't love to have like duplicates of species in my pet range. You know, I really just like to have like one of each different species and things. So I will never get one of these for a while. I know
what this one is.
You totally know. But I am obsessed with the black knight leopard geckos.
That would have been my guess. Yep.
They are so insane. We've seen them at Tenley.
Yep. That was my first time seeing one in person.
I think I've seen them at other shows. Maybe Reptile Super Show. They might have had a couple, but like it is there, and there's levels. There's varying levels.
Percentage.
There's like a percentage of the black knight gene that they'll have, because some of them are more gray, some of them are a little splotchy, different than that. But like the 75% and up are the ones that are like black.
That is a black leopard gecko.
Yes, black. And sometimes they have a little bit of white like on their underbelly sometimes, but like I have seen some that are just the dimension. They also, if I'm remembering right, I think they have something special about their eyes too. I think their eyes are a little bit.
About that. Yeah.
I thought I remembered their eyes being a little silvery or like slightly different colored or something, but it's
stunning.
They're just gorgeous. I hope that Charlie lives literally forever, because I will lose a part of myself when he's gone one day. I can't even think about that. But if and when he's gone one day, my next leopard gecko would be a black knight.
So cool.
They're incredible. I've kept tabs on them. Honestly, I think I heard about the black knight leopard geckos around the same time that I learned about panther chameleons. Oh. Which was literally
many years ago.
Many, many years ago. And so
what do you think of the name Salem?
Oh, I love.
For a black.
Oh, I love.
Very cute.
Sign me up. Anything witchy.
Any of these black reptiles, I feel like would be cute with Salem.
Oh yeah. Well, and speaking of, do we want to do one more very quickly?
Go for it.
So one that I have heard the name Salem for time and time and time and time again. It's a Mexican black king snake.
Yep.
Everybody who has a Mexican black king snake is like, her name is Salem. And I'm like, that is so fitting. But also, and you can go, there's so
his
many.
Name is Salem. Like, it goes both ways.
It goes either way. It doesn't have to be a girl or male or female.
It works for both.
It works for everything.
No, Mexican Black King was one of the very first ones I wrote down on my list.
Me too.
They're just so cute.
They're adorable.
The little head shape, they're all black.
Solid
black.
Not a stitch of white or gray.
Their scales are beautiful. They have a beautiful like shine.
Yeah.
Like they're really always a little shiny, which I think is cool.
Yeah.
They're just beautiful. And they're commonly kept. Like, so you see like
you see them a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I know quite a few people who have had them.
Yeah, because you don't have, it's not like a mutation or specific, like that's just
the species.
The snake.
That's the wild type species. Truly.
Wild type. Okay, I was gonna bring up an axanthic crested gecko after the leopard gecko.
That's what I had. I had on there, but they're not truly solid black. So I was like,
it's like there are some that are like almost, if not,
I know.
with like a scale or two.
They're like so close to all black.
Yeah,
but most of them.
That is a black, especially compared to other crested geckos.
Exactly.
Right? Like
when you compare,
that is a black crested
That's
gecko.
as black as you're going to get for a cresty. Yeah. And so but they can look slightly gray.
It depends too if they're like fired up or not.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
That's a big variation.
Okay. I had some honorable mentions.
Those were my 5.
Okay.
So
I'll take it from here. Honorable mention, a black-headed python.
Oh, yes.
In the name.
And the black heads on those they are stark. There's, again, no stitch of any other color. I mean, they have the rings as you go down, but the head looks very similar to the Mexican black king snake, just in the color.
And because we've done honorable mentions of anything that had black or like the color in its name, then like, I thought these would be good.
Yes.
Black mamba.
Oh, yes. That one popped up for me too when I was looking at, and I was like, but they're not solid black.
But they're not solid black.
They're like a gray silver kind of.
Yes. A black pine snake.
Oh, yes. I have seen those, and those are solid black.
Yes.
Certain ones. Yeah.
Those are completely black.
Fun fact about pine snakes too, those are the ones that they make a crazy loud defensive rattle noise.
Oh, I had no idea.
I can't remember. I think it's from their, I don't remember how they make the noise, if it's like literally like from their mouth or if it's like a tail shake or something, but they make a crazy loud noise. I've seen some videos of them when
I had no idea.
When they get going defensively, like pine snakes are known to be super loud. We'll look it up after this, but it's really cool.
Do you know the eastern indigo snake?
Oh, yes, absolutely.
Okay.
I forgot about those. Oh my gosh. Those are so cool.
Fun fact, this is the longest native snake in the U.S., like in the country, getting to 8 feet, commonly found in like Georgia and Florida.
They are kept in captivity too. I mean, they're a really, really cool species.
Yeah. That is a black snake though.
Yes.
Okay, do you know a spiny black girdled lizard?
No. You said spiny, and I immediately went to spiny-tailed iguana, which are kind of black.
This is a black snake. Ooh. And I will look it up for you because you will appreciate it.
She knows what I like.
It kind of reminds me of the skinks.
Let me see. Oh, it's like it looks very similar to the alligator lizards, right?
But it's all black.
Interesting, like the abronias. It looks like an abronia.
Yep.
Wow. Or kind of, it's giving a little bit of crocodile skink too.
Because of the scales
Because
and
the
everything.
scale, the way the tail
and the
is
head
shaped.
shape.
Specifically, the head shape and the tail is giving croc skink. Cool. Yeah. I have not heard of that one.
I didn't either.
This series has been so fun because I've actually learned so many new species from this.
They're South Africa, Cape Peninsula.
Okay.
An armored lizard known for its bony, spiky scales that help absorb heat and provide defense. Blah, blah, blah. Blah, blah, blah. Oh, classified as near threatened due to habitat loss and illegal pet trade.
Oh, okay. Yeah, don't get those, friends.
Yep.
Stay away from those.
Okay, we also have a black marsh turtle.
Oh, I haven't heard of this one.
Okay, they come from Southeast Asia. You guys get to see the picture, so I have to show her the picture.
Yes.
Dun, dun, dun. Okay, these little guys.
Let me see. Oh, okay. See, I struggle with that though, because they're definitely black for sure. But I feel like most turtles are either like so dark green that they're kind of black.
I know, but they typically have spots on them, right?
Yeah,
These
true.
are just
this
black.
One's solid.
And it's saying that the females and juveniles will have these little like white spots above their eye, which then makes me think that the males then are like the all black ones, like this guy.
That would make sense.
Yeah.
I learned a fun fact about turtles recently.
Please share.
Let me just throw it out there. turtle shells apparently by like indigenous cultures used to be used as calendars.
Oh, really?
Because every turtle in existence apparently, and somebody tell me if this is wrong, but I like read it on the internet. It seemed legit, so it could be wrong. But every turtle shell has a total of 13 stones.
Okay.
And there are 13 full moons in
so they would track
it. So they would track it like back in the day before the Gregorian calendar, which I could get on this topic for like hours. So don't get me too started.
New podcast coming soon.
Yeah, but the Gregorian calendar is the one that we, currently use, and it starts in January, and that's for tax purposes. Not nature, but whatever. Got a problem with that. Anyway, so back in the day, indigenous cultures would use turtle shells to track the 13 moons of the year.
Okay.
And they would utilize that as like their calendar system. Like it was literally off of a turtle shell. So turtles were literally like regarded as like,
that makes sense.
Some kind of like
yes.
a like sacred creature a little bit, because that was how they kept track of their time, their seasons, their farming seasons, their planting seasons. Like that was how they kept track of time, was via turtle shell.
Whoa.
How cool.
That is very cool.
I know.
I wasn't sure if it was going to be like a sundial on the shell.
No, it was like literally they would like mark off.
Yeah.
And sorry, I forgot about this one fact. There are the 13 spots in like the center, but then I think whatever went around the edge of the turtle shells, like the little scales or whatever you call them around the edge of it, is either like, I think there's like 52 for the weeks or something, like there, or like whatever.
It like went a step further.
Yeah, it went a step further than just the months and the moons. Like it was a lot more. It was more than that, which is just so cool. I find that so fascinating.
I love that.
I know. So fun turtle facts today.
No, I appreciate it. Okay, because I want to do a turtle and I want to do a frog.
Yes.
You're
so good with the variety.
I try.
You do a great job.
But I learned about a black marsh turtle, and then I learned about a black rain frog.
Oh, yes, I know these.
Really?
Yes. Oh my God, I forgot about these guys. They're so chunky. They look like little avocados.
They literally, and they have like a little mean mug.
You guys are going to love this photo. Oh my God. They literally look like ripe avocados.
And they're just like pouting.
They're so cute.
They just look like they're unhappy.
They're so cute. I love rain frogs. Ugh. They're freaking adorable.
People are calling them grumpy black.
They look like, it looks like an angry avocado is exactly what it looks like.
Did you know that they lay their eggs underground? Unlike other frog species.
I could have predicted that only because that is a species that has gone very viral in the last like year or two. I think they like had a moment for a little while, and it's because they're so freaking adorable. But when they went viral, I did a little bit of a deep dive and learned that they pretty much live underground almost the entire year and only come up every now and then. So because of that, they don't make good pets. They also, I think, are like endangered or not bred well in captivity, or like I feel like
whatever. It's like the purple frog that we did.
It's exactly
right?
Like
they only
that.
come up once a year.
But I did not know that they laid their like young like underwater or underground.
Yep.
But I could have assumed based on the fact that they only come up like once a year. So,
yeah.
Could have assumed, but interesting factoid.
Those are some black reptiles.
There are so many more. Tell us your favorites in the comments.
But I feel like we did a good variety. We covered snakes, geckos, lizards. Yeah.
We did
big lizards.
We did a good amount of wild type ones and a good amount of morphs.
Yeah. There's also like poison dart frogs. I know there's like morphs that are all black. You also have a lot of black and color, black and white reptiles.
I wanted to put a black and white Argentine tegu on here so bad, but it just was not solid black. So,
No.
Yeah.
But you can't forget the black mamba.
No.
Or the black hat python. Even though those are not. But I felt like those were good honorable mentions because they have black in their name.
Exactly.
Okay, so next up, we are kind of shifting gears into, like, I feel like something. Here's the scenario. You see an animal online.
Yes.
Fall in love. Think they're amazing. Think they're cool. You do your research. I'm going to get it.
All the time. Yeah.
Right? You get the animal. You're like, woohoo, I finally like have this animal.
Yes.
Amazing. They're all set up. But then they're not living up to like the expectation that you had.
In your head.
Or the perception that you had, despite all the research you've done, despite hearing from other keepers of what it's like to keep these animals. And like, how do you combat that? And how do you kind of like rationalize in your head of like, what's wrong with my animal? Or like, why am I not?
Why is mine different?
Yes.
Yeah.
And so really like, well, how did I write this? When your reptile doesn't match what you see online, like how do you handle that? And so a lot of like, oftentimes I see comparing your animal to like viral pets or like viral animals. And this can be in behavior, but also appearance.
Yes, totally.
You know, a question I get asked all the time.
What?
Where can I get some wood for my reptiles enclosure?
Oh, we hear this all the time.
Well, you're in luck because Pangea has just released some new Malaysian driftwood.
It's a highly variable driftwood with a high tolerance to moisture, so it's great for reptiles, amphibians, even aquatic enclosures. Pangea will be offering it in small and medium sizes with large coming soon.
This can be a really great option if you don't live in an area where natural branches are available, or perhaps you're just looking for some high quality wood for your enclosure. Head on over to PangeaReptile.com and get yourself some branches.
Okay, Neptune, what are your top 2 feeder bugs for all your critters?
Dubious for protein and black soldier fly larvae for lots of calcium.
Simpton offers a wide variety of insects like silkworms, dubia roaches, waxworms, and our favorites, black soldier fly larvae.
I've also heard the entomologists at Simpton have customized the diet of their black soldier fly larvae to maximize their calcium content, so there's no need to dust them with calcium.
So if you're interested in trying them out, use code THEWILDTYPE at SimptonBSF.com for 15% off your order.
We're so excited to introduce the Reptile Girlies to our favorite reptile-friendly coffee and tea brand, Cold Blooded Caffeine. Our favorite thing about them is that they donate 5% of all their proceeds to wildlife conservation to ensure reptiles and amphibians have a place to call home in the wild, as well as in our homes.
And if you know me, you know I'm obsessed with herbal teas. So for any of our fellow tea lovers, they source some of the highest quality loose leaf teas in the world.
Cold Blooded Caffeine offers a wide variety of coffee like their Rainforest Blend, single origin options, and collaborations with some of the biggest names in the reptile world.
For 25% off your first order, use code WILDTYPE at coldbloodedcaffeine.com. Are you looking for a new enclosure for one of your reptile babies? Be sure to check out Cages with a K. Each enclosure is made to order by their team in Minnesota, which means they can even do custom builds.
The enclosures are made from high-quality PVC with tempered glass doors allowing for superior heat and humidity retention. They offer screen tops, side vents, and belly heat customization options to ensure the ideal setup for any environment.
So whatever dream home you want built, Cages has you covered. Use code WILDTYPE50 to get $50 off any order over $300 at reptilecages.com.
Oftentimes, breeders, keepers, whoever, are not going to be posting their animals when they're fired down. Right? When they're in their like chill colors, they're going to show them fired up.
Totally.
But typically, like, something has to kind of like be the catalyst for them to be fired up. So your animal's not just going to be chilling there in their super bright, fired up colors. Yeah. For example, if you got an xanthic crested gecko.
Totally.
And it's gray, and you're like, I thought
I had a black crested
gecko. Why is it gray?
Just wait until they get fired up, and then you'll see. Right.
Exactly. But it can be so hard to, like, not think something's wrong or your care is not right, or, like, honestly being a little disappointed.
Oh, it's so
fair. Because it's not looking as cool. You see this also with, like, a lot of other species that'll get fired up. Like, I'm thinking, like, panther chameleons. Come on. Yeah. Like, when they get super bright colored, but then, or I see this a lot with veiled chameleons. They'll be, like, a gray color, but then fired up, they'll be green. No one's going to be posting online them in their, like, lame colors.
No.
Should they? Probably. Are they? No. So you have to recognize, like, what their default colors are and their default state, and, like, that's okay. There's nothing wrong.
Right. And I mean, and on the personality bit, I mean, that's hard too, because, like, for me, I mean, I'll fully admit, like, there was definitely a little bit of, you know, comparison going on with me when I first got Barney, because if anybody out there remembers Boris the chameleon.
Yeah, rest in peace.
Rest in peace. That was my intro into panther chameleons back in, like, 2016, I think. And I was immediately obsessed and hooked. And Boris was a, like, you know, very, very socialized chameleon. He was always out. His owner was always taking him out, always doing stuff. And I knew at the time that, you know, I would have to work on taming. But I remember when I was in the conversations with Barney's breeder, I remember asking questions of, like, how do I tame him down? Because I'm expecting that I'm going to have to do that, but, like, how do I do it best? I was adamant about making sure that, like, you know, Barney was a marshmallow. I got lucky and he was a marshmallow. But at the time, I remember being like, how do I make this happen? How do I ensure? And it was all because of comparison and expectations and the type of chameleon that I wanted.
Yeah.
And as I got to know Barney and as we, like, worked together on taming him down and all of that stuff, like, he did have a marshmallow personality, but he had some sass. He absolutely had some sass. Those first 8 months were rough. We had some sass. He wasn't like Neptune and catapulting to the ground, but he would definitely lunge at me.
Yeah.
And so and that was a rough 9 months because I was like, what am I doing wrong? Why isn't he?
And it's not the expectations, right?
Yeah.
It's not what you thought it was going to be.
Right.
And the reality is, the people who are posting videos are going to be the ones who have animals that are more tolerant of being handled and being able to then make content, right? If you have a defensive animal, are you going to be taking them out to then put them in front of a camera and whatever? No.
People keep asking me to see Tarzan. I'm like, good luck, guys. Good luck with that right now. That's
right.
not happening.
So it's like what you're going to see online is going to be an animal at its brightest colors and likely edited, right?
Yeah, that's a whole other branch of this topic we'll get into.
But they're going to show them at their brightest, best colors.
Yes.
Not what they look like when they're being a potato sitting on their branch.
No.
Okay? That's one part. And two, you're going to see all the friendly, super chill, not defensive, marshmallow animals because those are the ones that are going to be on camera.
Those are the ones that can be filmed. Those are the ones that you can have in front of a ring light with a camera. I mean, there are several of my like I don't even like to have Nessie out on cameras too much because she starts squinting at the ring light and she doesn't like it. So like your animals, they're not props, like, and not, I'm not saying that anybody uses them as props. I'm sure some people do, but like
you're going to have the minority though.
The
ones on camera are going to be the minority.
Yes.
But when that gets millions of views or you see video after video after video or this one creator who's doing their animals so chill, so chill. And that's the only content that you're consuming. Cause then I'll make a video of like, here's your realistic expectations for owning a chameleon and da-da-da-da-da. That'll get this many views. But then the video of the adorable chameleon just hanging out with its owner, looking all cute, will get way more views.
Exactly.
Totally get it. But then what does that feel like when you bring that pet home and you're like, oh, they're trying to bite me or they're being mean or aggressive. And I was like, no, they're just being their baseline behavior. Yeah. And this one over here either took a buttload of time to like build that trust and like tame them down, they're just like that. That's exactly right. And likely the minority, not the majority.
Yes.
Even though that's what gets the most attention online.
But it like you said, there are kind of two variations of those like marshmallowy animals, right? And the ones that take a lot of time, I mean, I spent a lot of time taming Barney down. I spent a lot of time taming Tarzan down. But I think it's important to acknowledge too that even you can put in 8, 9, 10 months of work trying to tame down a reptile and they just don't. That exists too. And what is
tamed down look like?
Exactly.
Is it to the point where you can just kind of grab them, coax. We'll go coax them out of word. I'm like, we're not grabbing anything.
No, we don't do that. Coax them
out of their enclosure. Right. Or is tamed down to the point where you can safely handle them as needed, such as health check, taking to the vet, moving them out of their enclosure. That is, to me, the minimum level that you should be comfortable handling your reptile. But then there's like a step up from that of like you can do choice-based handling sessions, but maybe those are like once a month.
Right.
Like I think people think I handle my chameleons more often
than
I do. But really it is like once a month.
Yeah.
Now, Triton, my baby, who will be about 8 months old by the time this episode comes out, I am actively trying to build trust. I am actively trying to tame him down. So I am handling him once a week, right? Yeah. I take him out. But I coax him onto a stick.
Yes.
And he gets a little puffy. And then once he's on his stick, he's chill. And then I can handle him with my hands. We do that for like 2 to 3 minutes. And then
put him back.
That's the extent of it.
Yeah.
But like Neptune was one of those that like was naturally defensive. I would say I did tame him down.
You did.
And that I could confidently get him out of his enclosure
to take him to the vet
any point in time.
Or to do whatever, like anything. Yeah.
Now, am I using my hand to do that? No. Absolutely not. But I got really good at the 2-stick method.
You've gotten so good at that method. You have it nailed down. Right? I don't think I could do it as well as you do, honestly.
It's kind of like learning chopsticks.
Yeah, it is. You're like...
You kind of have to know how to... one stick's the bad guy and one stick's the scooper.
Good guy, yeah.
Right? And so you're like, oh no, here comes this stick.
Here comes the bad guy, jump onto this one.
Exactly. That's exactly what happens. But that I would confidently be able to get it out.
Yes.
Right? Like, and to me, that's as tamed down as I want any of my reptiles to be.
Yeah.
Now, if you give me more than that, right? Luna, total sweetheart, right?
Potato.
Total potato.
Yeah.
Like, she'll just crawl onto you, no problem. That's totally fine. But that's also just how she's been from day one.
She's always been like that.
I did nothing to do that.
No.
That's just her personality.
Just who she is.
It's also her species is commonly like that
More
type
chill.
of
Yeah.
personality. So I think we also have to be realistic of like expectations versus reality. And like, you should be very mindful of, is a reptile the right pet for you due to this?
Right.
Is the species the right fit because of this?
Right.
And like, what do you really want your relationship to look like with this animal?
Right. And I think there's also just, like you said, you got to manage your expectations, but they're also, in my opinion, before getting an animal, I really think that you have to have a certain level of acceptance for whatever you're getting.
Yep.
I think it's really important to go into it and know, like, okay, if this is a marshmallow animal, great.
Yep.
If this is a highly defensive animal, also great. You have to kind of understand that, or you have to acknowledge, it's one of the two. You either have to acknowledge that you're okay with it that way, or if you're not, then you need to have a plan for what that looks like if it is not, fitting of your lifestyle.
Sure.
For example, with Tarzan, I chose to bring a yellow anaconda into my home. I chose to bring a species that is known to be highly defensive into my home. He's a big species. You have to be, I was prepared when I went into getting Tarzan that, okay, if I can't tame this animal down, or if he becomes less tame in the future, like he has now, I have to be okay with the fact that, am I okay with this level of not tame? Or would I have to rehome in the future, for whatever reasons, if my life changes? And do I accept that, right? So you have to be able to accept that either you're okay with the animal being the way that it is, or if there's ever going to be a situation due to like, I don't know, safety or something along those lines, you're also going to have to be able to accept the hard truth that maybe you can't house that animal forever. Like there is just a level of acceptance that has to happen on multiple fronts, I think.
Another thing to think about is if you have a chill animal that's naturally calmer, not as defensive, they're not going to be displaying the bright, colorful, fired up colors.
I stopped seeing Barney. Barney could turn vibrant yellow, vibrant red, so bright, only when he was terrified, stressed out, and it was only when he was young. Because once he hit a year, he never showed me those colors ever again.
And once he chilled out, right, then he's just displaying his
potato
baseline
colors.
Normal colors.
Yes.
Now, in contrast to Neptune, right? Who
Fired up
you
all the
would
time.
walk into the room and turn yellow. Immediately yellow, but he was also puffing with a little, karate chop arm and gaping and would lunge at you.
Yeah.
So you can't really have your cake and eat it too, right? So it's like if you want the chill, marshmallow reptile.
You have to accept that they might not be the gorgeous, bright, fired up colors.
Right, exactly.
And we're very much getting specific on chameleons here.
I feel like they're such a great example, though.
They are.
Because they do have such a wide range of colors and a wide range of personalities.
Totally.
Right? Versus a crested gecko is going to be fired up at night.
Yeah.
Kind of no matter what. Right? Because it's awake.
Yeah.
Versus during the daytime, it's going to have a very more light colors because it's sleeping, right? But you're not going to have a crested gecko with this personality or this personality. There is variance,
right,
but just much smaller. Same with a leopard gecko.
Totally.
You're going to have a leopard gecko that's lunging at you, trying to you have some that are a little spicier and some that are a little chill, but it's not going to be the same way of an anaconda or a chameleon or things like those types of species.
It all varies and it's all very different, but as content creators, we often get the comments that are what's a great snake that is easily handleable and is never sassy? And it's okay, I could tell you ball python, but there's the occasional sassy, spicy ball python. So I can tell you the answer, but I always have to caveat it with, but it's highly dependent on the individual animal because you literally never know. So you really just there's so many things that you have to like accept and understand. But I think it's also important to do your research on like what is like the most common, personality for that
and
species.
talk to your breeder, right? Like they have so much experience with so many different individual animals, and they should know their species very well to let you know kind of like this is the majority, right? And then you'll of course have anomalies on either side, but they should be able to coach you through and give you like firsthand experience and like, does that meet your expectations?
Totally.
Versus just going off of what you see online on like color and temperament. Now, I will throw the caveat, breeders are trying to sell you. Yes. So any pictures they show you likely are going to be of them being fired up. So you have to explicitly ask.
And are often edited, so pay attention to that.
Explicitly ask like, okay, can I see them fire down? Or they show you pictures of the parents, and the parents are super fired up, right? And maybe a little edited, right? So it's like, what do the parents look like normally?
Key giveaway. If there is a hand in the photo, pay attention to that skin color. Because if the contrast has been bumped up quite a bit,
you'll notice
it in the skin color.
Like there are some sticks I've seen too. And like, that's a very orange brown stick you got there.
It looks like we got a lot of contrast bumped up in there, huh?
So that plant is very green.
A little too green if you ask me. Yeah, so pay attention to that stuff. I think it's also worth noting that, in my opinion, the really, really, really good reptile breeders are also going to be able to tell you a little bit about that animal's personality. And what I mean by that is the smaller breeders who spend a little bit more time with individual, animal because they have less and they're able to do that. Those ones can almost always tell you, I think this one's a little bit marshmallowy.
I can tell you every single one of my baby chameleons.
Exactly. And
that's not to say though, the one that's super confident on its branch
is going to stay that way.
Correct.
100%. So again, talk to your breeders. The really good ones will be able to give you a glimpse at the personalities. But again, that is also not to be guaranteed.
Triton was very confident, would not hide from me. Now he was skittish and he will puff at you.
Yeah.
But like I said, he's been that way since he was a baby. And as soon as you get him out, he's so chill.
Yeah.
So chill. So I was like, you're coming home with me.
Because you're mine.
Well, and he's the first
baby. He
was
also the first baby. You had to keep the first baby.
Yeah, and a male. I was like, you're checking all the boxes, buddy.
Yeah.
But I can absolutely tell off of their personalities. And again, some species have more of a personality than others.
Right.
That's why chameleons are such a great example in this, because they do go viral and they have the colors and they have such a wide range of personalities.
Absolutely.
But like there's a lot of lizard species that like from one to the other is like very similar.
Totally. So you just gotta feel it out. You gotta figure out what you're comfortable with. You gotta do a lot of accepting and soul searching of like, what am I okay with? Because in all honesty, if you know right off the bat that like you're not going to be okay with that animal being,
think of worst case scenario.
Yeah.
Are you okay with that?
And you have to either accept that, or in my opinion, like don't do it, or find a solution if that's in advance, if that's the case. Like you really gotta look at the worst case scenario. It's not fun to do that sometimes, but you gotta do it.
Yep. So with that, because we are still in January, in the new year, 'tis the season for new habits and new routines and trying new things. And with that, we haven't talked about this much on the pod, but like you and I are both pretty active in like workout classes and stuff, and not really something that we've discussed, I don't think, in like we've bits and pieces.
We've talked about my yoga. You've mentioned cycle every now and then, but I don't think we've ever like really got into like our workout stuff.
Yeah.
So...
And maybe you care, maybe you don't care. But we are doing smash or pass workout classes.
Yeah.
And all the different types and styles there are.
Yeah.
So,
because there's so many different styles for different people. And throughout like my young adulthood, I have fluctuated between all of these, honestly, like at least on my list. I've gone through quite a bit of like variety. Like I used to be really into cardio. I used to be really into cycle. I used to be really into this, into that. And now I'm a little bit more yoga. Like I'm a little, so
we're going to do smash or pass current opinion or feelings towards it.
Yes.
Is that what we're thinking? Okay.
Yes.
Cool.
Yes.
Do you want to start and we'll kind of like alternate?
100%. Okay. This one's an interesting one, and it's not either of our top two favorites, but bar classes.
I've done one.
Okay.
I've done
several.
one bar class, and it was a hot bar class.
Yeah.
And that was my favorite. First time doing a hot class was that
Interesting
class. I would totally do it again.
Yeah. It's so just for anybody
Smash.
who doesn't know, bar is a little, I would argue it's a little bit like a combination of Pilates and ballet.
Yes, there is a ballet bar.
Yes.
And there's a lot of like tempo work and a lot of like pulsing, like really
Small
fatiguing
movements.
the muscle. Yeah, and it is like at least the class that I took was like very lower body focus and then core and stuff like that.
Yeah.
We didn't do a ton of upper body, but that room got hot.
Yeah.
I was sweating from my elbow.
Yeah. No, it's more of a workout than you think. You think those like small pulses are like going to be nothing and like they're pretty intense. I've done at least, I want to say like 2 or 3 of those classes before, and I'll definitely smash. I like it a lot. It's not my preferred option,
Sure,
but I really enjoy it. And I love classes that are similar to that, if that makes sense. So I definitely smash. Big fan.
On that train of thought, reformer Pilates.
Ooh, yes. I didn't write down reformer. I just said Pilates, but reformer specifically
reformer Pilates.
Major smash.
Smash. I just took my second class.
Oh, you did a second one? I knew you did the first one. I didn't know you did too.
Yeah, I just took my second one. But the first one I took was a couple years ago. So I feel like this was like, you know.
Oh, I didn't realize that. Okay, got it.
Yeah. I took that a couple days ago. So that was good. I was shaking.
Oh, yeah.
It's very interesting because I do a lot of like high intensity workouts.
Yeah.
And so I didn't like my heart rate was pretty low.
Which is why I
and
like
like
it.
the total calories burned was much lower because I use my Apple Watch.
Yeah.
Much lower than other workout styles I do. But my legs were shaking.
Yeah. And that's why
Shaking like a leaf.
as I've gotten older, I'm preferring these days more of like the lower impact stuff like that and lower like less cardio focused, if that makes sense. Like I don't like to get my heart rate up super high.
I do.
So
I want to feel the burn. I want to be drenched in sweat. Like I want all of that. I want to walk out of there just like wrecked.
I do not. I want to walk out of there feeling rejuvenated.
I want to crawl out of there. No. Okay, what's your next one?
So my next one, oh, oops, I folded my thing up weird. My next one is going to be rock climbing.
Okay. I wouldn't do a rock climbing class.
I'm also going to pass.
Pass.
Yeah.
Have I done rock climbing, bouldering? Absolutely.
Me too. Yeah. Yeah. I think it's really, really cool for the people. And like what I'm thinking of is like there's lots of different types of rock climbing places nowadays. Like there's the indoor like stuff.
I love the social element.
I do
like
too.
If you can get in a good routine and groove with rock climbing, you kind of go around the same time, you know, so you're around like similar people. Like I think, and it's a challenging workout, especially for your forearms. But I kind of have this like fear of falling, not so much fear of heights, but fear, like the sensation of falling.
Oh, really?
I'm not a fan of. And so when you're bouldering, while you're not very high, you still have to like fall. And they also have a bad knee. And so even though you're on a squishy mat, like I'm nervous, I'm just going to land on my knee weird. And so I just like.
I'm going to pass
those things
simply because there are so many other ways that I prefer to work out.
That's so fair too.
But it's cool. I would do it as like a 1 or 2 time experience, or like if Logan was really into it, like I would go with him a couple times, or like if I had a friend who was really into it, I would go a couple times. But like, would I ever see it becoming my preferred workout method? No.
Versus a climber. A climbing class, that's when you're like have little handles and you're like and your little feet are climbing.
I don't like that.
I did one.
I've done one.
That was plenty.
Yeah, same. I did one.
Pass.
Yeah. If you can't
my
tell,
knee didn't like that.
I've definitely done the class pass thing and like hopped around on a bunch of different ones before.
My knee did not like the climber. I love the tempo, the vibes. Yeah. Physically, just can't do it.
Yeah. My knee was also screaming during that one too. So we both have bad knees.
By that we mean like knee surgeries, not just we're like in our 30s and complain about our knees.
No. Like,
we have
like I severed my ACL in 2016.
I did that
or
twice.
15. Yeah, so, she's times 2. So yeah,
we mean it when we say we've got knee problems.
Yeah, we're not just complaining.
What do you have?
So my next one. Wait, I just went.
No, I said Versa climber.
Oh, yeah. Okay, sorry. I was like, hold on. My next one is my personal favorite, which is yoga.
Pass.
That's okay. I'm a pass on your favorite. So
Pass.
Yeah, I'm a hard smash. I love a good yoga class. Specifically, I do prefer hot yoga, but for me, yoga isn't just a workout. It's also like just very like mental health and like spiritually for me, like it's very important.
1,000%.
Like I just really I need it on so many levels. So yoga for me is my hi Campbell. Sorry, that was so loud. Oh, but yeah, so yoga's a hard smash for me, my favorite.
We'll go with my favorite then, spin class, indoor cycling, hard smash for me.
Currently a pass. Have been a hard smash in the past.
Yeah.
So I like when we met, I was definitely more on my cycle grind, and I really enjoy it. Like I love the music, I love the people, I think one thing I have learned, or well, not learned. I've known this about myself my whole life.
Maybe just accepted.
What?
I said maybe just accepted. Like accepted back.
Oh, yeah, I hear what you meant. I was like, what do you mean? Yeah, something that I have accepted about myself is that I have a very serious problem with authority. And in cycle classes, they tend to like to, you don't do this, you'll do it to me occasionally because you're my friend. But like sometimes certain people in classes and instructors will be like, you know,
call you out,
work hard or whatever. And I'm like, that actually makes me want to stop. So,
you know what I'm not going to do? That. Yeah. Whatever you just told me, not that.
No, exactly.
Whatever. I do have that pet peeve with just classes in general. Mm-hmm. And this is my 2 cents. So you're passing, I'm smashing. I'm bringing up another one, Orange Theory.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about Orange Theory.
I did Orange Theory for probably like 4 or 5 months. Mm-hmm. And remember, knee injuries.
Yes.
I've had 4 knee surgeries just on my left knee, okay? God. So I mean it when I say like, I have limitations on what I can and can't do, which is why I enjoy cycling, because low impact.
Definitely.
But I would go to these Orange Theory classes, and it's like very treadmill, rower, weightlifting, circuit training, right? But they would give you the option to like walk on the treadmill instead of run. And so I would do that because I can't really run on a treadmill without my knee getting cranky. And then they would do like burpees. And I was like, I can't really do jumping, stuff like that because of my knee. So I would modify it. Yeah. And then be like, you need to da-da-da, or stop being lazy, or you need to push yourself. I was like, Susan, you have no idea what I'm going through. Like, you do not know my physical. No. Even though I look physically able, and even if you haven't had injury, maybe you just had like, you just did legs yesterday, and so you're just like fatigued, or you're just like not feeling it.
Or like, also like some people have like invisible illnesses they have going on. Like a lot of people have like different stuff.
You don't know me, Susan. Also, if I want to be lazy, I can be lazy.
And again, I am the type with the problem of authority where if you tell me what to do, I immediately refuse to do it. So, no. Yeah. if somebody's yelling at me, I will
Some people like that, though. Not me.
Well, that's the thing is like some people love that and some people hate it. I'm the type that like, if you do it to me twice, I'm leaving the building. Like, I'm so far gone. So, anyway, which I think is why I prefer yoga these days, because yoga is very much like, here are all of your modifications that you can do.
There you go.
Here are all of your, like, do whatever feels right for your body. Like, that's the yoga method.
So would you smash or pass Orange Theory?
I'd pass. I've never done it, and I don't really have the desire to.
I'd also pass F45 because
Big
of
time.
the knee thing. Because I can't do box jumps. I can't do HIIT interval training. I can't do a lot of those things. And while I could modify, if I'm going to a class, I want to be able to like participate and do it fully, or at least mostly. And so I know like I can't do those.
See, I will actually smash the F45 style classes because I like the boot camp kind of style classes. I've done a lot of those in my past. I haven't done any recently, but I did thoroughly enjoy that.
Oh,
like,
good.
And my knee isn't as bad as yours. I only had the one knee surgery. And
one is plenty.
Yeah, I only had the one. And so I can do a good amount. I do have to be careful not to like push it too much, but I can at least do it enough to like finish a class and not be dying the next day, So I will smash those.
Okay.
I like those.
Pass and pass. Do you have any more on your list?
I am out. I did have regular Pilates, which Pilates
like
can
mat
be
Pilates?
Yeah, like mat Pilates. And those are a big smash for me.
I do like mat Pilates too. Yeah. Smash. The very last kind of like oddball one I had on there was a trampoline class.
Okay, this is crazy. You briefly mentioned this when you came over, and I was like, what are we talking about? This class.
I don't know if I could do it again with my knee. I'd be down to try.
Called like rebounding? Because I've seen that.
Yeah. Where you have like a mini trampoline.
And you're like bouncing.
Yes.
Yeah, I've seen this.
Would you smash that? Would you try it?
I would try it. I don't know if I would have to try it before I could say smash or pass. Sure. But I would try it. I think it'd be interesting.
Yeah.
I didn't know that classes existed for it, but there was a time where TikTok had me convinced that I should buy a mini trampoline to bounce on. So I have not done that because I resisted the impulse buy urge, but there was a moment where I was like, maybe I should get a small rebounder because apparently that's really good for your body. And anyway.
Yeah, I haven't done a rebound is I think the right word. Trampoline class, so I didn't know what else to call it. But I would try it. So I don't know if I can confidently smash, but I would.
Mm-hmm. I would attempt.
I would try it.
I would give it a shot.
See how it goes.
Yeah. I'd be down.
But there are so many different classes. Tons. And then you can also do individual workouts. You could do group workouts. You could join an intramural.
You can do your own.
Team. You can get a buddy. Yeah. Like that's what's so cool about working out.
Yeah.
Is the benefits of like mentally and physically, but also you can pick something that like you genuinely enjoy.
Yeah.
Because if you don't like it, you're not going to stick with it.
Yeah, and I
think it's okay if it changes.
That's what I was going to say. Like I am somebody, I think it's probably the undiagnosed ADHD, but I really enjoyed ClassPass for a while because and programs like memberships like ClassPass.
You get the variety,
You can hop around like that. I think I did ClassPass like all of my 20s. Now I'm strictly like yoga and a gym that I don't ever really go to. But now I'm mostly yoga, but I did hop around a lot and I really tried everything. And I think it's important to know that like just because you love something this year doesn't mean that next year you're not going to want something different. And your body changes. Your body wants different types of workouts throughout different chapters of your life. So I think all that's really important, but it's fun to figure out what you like. And I feel like there's, different new and trendy types of workouts throughout like every year. There's just new stuff and it's fun to try it all out. So big fan.
I'm here for it. But that'll conclude this episode. I say conclude. That's very formal. That'll conclude this
will conclude our discussion.
But let us know if there's any like fitness classes that you enjoy or just fitness workouts, right? Like it doesn't have to be in a class setting, but we thought that'd be fun for this little segment. But thank you so much for tuning in. You can follow the podcast everywhere at The Wild Type Podcast. You can check me out, Neptune the Chameleon.
Me everywhere at Restless Lizards.
Otherwise, thank you guys so much for tuning in to another episode of The Wild Type Podcast.
With the reptile girlies.
Ding! And we'll catch you guys on Tuesday.
Bye, girlies.